Hi gang, this is Mike G for Mr GTV, and here I am sat at my lake where everything goes at a very slow moving pace. Because of you, Les, and because today Wales has gone into this 20-mile-an-hour zone legislation, all traffic now will be at a slow moving pace, and I want you to consider what you're going to do about that. Whatever your opinion, how are you going to accept that mandate or not? Now, I'm not a proponent of violence, but there comes a time where you have to stand up for your liberties, and I think we can do that verbally and metaphysically, and we need to write and lobby our MPs and our local government, because the government, as you've heard me say many times before, the etymology is to govern your mentality, and this is definitely not only governing your mentality, your mindset, but it's governing your ability to operate freely in what is supposed to be a democracy. And if you're finding it not a democracy, then you really need to make sure that your voice is heard, and that when it's heard, it's acted upon. The people have got people power. You've got personal power, and with your personal power, for this legislation that you agree or disagree with, and any other legislation that's going to be introduced at the moment when there's lots of changes going on in the world, you need to make your voice heard and make sure that your wishes democratically and legally and hopefully peacefully are acted upon. Because a lot of these mandates, a lot of these laws are not necessarily legal. A law is something that is passed in an act of parliament, and these are people acting. Now, we would like them to act in better ways for the population. There's quite a lot of things at the moment where it seems that society is being shut down. Your ability to say what you want to say is being censored, shut down. We're starting to notice that Big Brother has got a big hand to play in our life. So I think we need to change our thinking and not allow the government to dictate our thinking and dictate our actions and remove our freedoms. And 20 mile an hour doesn't work in any society. The cars that we have aren't designed to go at 20 miles an hour. And I know as an ex-motor vehicle engineer that what makes pollution come out the back end of the vehicle through the exhaust emissions are erratic road speeds, so undulating deceleration and acceleration at any speed, whether it's 20 mile an hour or 50 mile an hour or 70 mile an hour, is what causes high emissions. Slow moving traffic won't create any savings any more than fast moving traffic. If it's a constant speed at 70 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour, your engine is running reasonably efficiently. But stopping and starting and getting stuck in traffic jams, which clearly this is going to create through our suburbs, is not a good idea. In fact, the only thing it's good for is to discourage people from moving from area to area, and it's going to bring society to a stop. If you want to have your voice heard, now's the time to stand for it. If you don't stand up now, your grandchildren, children, future generations won't have a leg to stand on. So you need to have your voice heard. Lobby your MP. Tell him that if he supports these ULEZ zones, these 20 mile an hour restrictions, then they won't get your vote. Vote with defeat. Have your voice heard. Stand up for yourself. Because we're in a war at the moment, and we have to win. The people have power. We can get together and win. And if you disagree with me, well, that's fine. You've got your right to disagree with me. But from my point of view, what I'm hearing is there's a lot of disgust. There's a lot of people who are very, very unhappy with this. Business people, people who've got to commute, people who depend really on transport to make it work in your community. If it doesn't work for you, the question is what you're going to do about it. Be powerful, enjoy your mind, don't let the government control your mind. Take care.